let's move on to Wilson, who was, of course, an isolationist. No, Woodrow Wilson, okay. Woodrow Wilson was not a volleyball. He was the son of a Presbyterian minister, a former American history professor, and once had been governor of New Jersey, so he understood moral indecency. Oh, it's time for the mystery document? The rules here are simple. I guess the author of the mystery document, I'm either right or I get shot.
I, or possibly one, open covenants of peace openly arrived at, after which there shall be no private international understandings of any kind, but diplomacy shall proceed always frankly and in the public view. I'm trying to think these are Roman numerals. Absolute freedom of navigation upon the seas, outside territorial waters, alike in peace and in war, except as the seas may be closed in whole or in part by international action for the enforcement of international covenants. 3. The removal, so far as possible, of all economic barriers and the establishment of an equality of trade conditions among all nations consenting to the peace and associating themselves for its maintenance. And 14, I'm going to guess we skipped some. A general association of nations must be formed under specific covenants for the purpose of affording mutual guarantees of political independence and territorial integrity of great and small states alike.
Thank you for throwing me a softball. That's my favorite kind of ball. Other than you, Wilson. With its mention of self-determination, freedom of the seas, open diplomacy, and liberal use of Roman numerals, I know it is Woodrow Wilson's 14 points, our second consecutive Woodrow Wilson week, and my second consecutive non-shock. Given all of his quasi-imperialism, there's something a little bit ideologically inconsistent about Wilson, but his 14 points are pretty admirable as a statement of purpose. Most of them deal specifically with colonial possessions and were pretty much ignored, but I suppose if we've learned anything, it's that in American history, it's the thought that counts. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I, fixed the blame for the war on Germany, which proved ruinous to the German economy and destructive to its political institutions, and unless you're really nostalgic for totalitarian communism, you've got to say that World War I was also a disaster for Russia, because it facilitated the rise of the Bolsheviks. The World War I was supposed to be an opportunity for America to impose its progressive ideas on the rest of the world. It failed. The Versailles Peace Conference, where Wilson tried to implement his 14 points, raised hope for a new diplomatic order, but the results of the treaty made the 14 points look hypocritical. I mean, especially when Britain and France took control of Germany's former colonies and carved up the Arabian provinces of the Ottoman Empire into new spheres of influence. Wilson's dream of a League of Nations was realized, but the U.S. never joined it, largely because Congress was nervous about giving up its sovereign power to declare war.